But I do understand that it's not everyone's cup of tea. I'm standing on one foot right now. What? Yo, what's going on YouTube? Thank you guys so much once again for tuning into my channel, and in this video today, boy, we are going to be talking about my top 5 favorite non-Air Jordan models within my collection. Now before we actually get started on this countdown, I just want to give you guys a quick little reminder that this is my opinion, not yours. These are shoes from my collection, not yours. So there is a very good chance that you may or may not agree with this top 5. And with that being said, let's jump straight into this countdown. I'm going to be giving you guys the actual model of the shoe and how I acquired the shoe and why they are where they are in my top 5. So let's get started with an Air Max 1. We have the Kumquat Air Max 1 Quick Strike. This was a Asia release only. Fortunately for myself, Australia technically falls under that Asian region, so this pair of shoes right here was in stores everywhere in Australia. People in the States were losing their minds trying to get their hands on this pair of Air Max 1s, and I was losing my mind for them too, but technically I'm from the States. It's not even technically. I was actually born in Massachusetts, so I am from America, which could explain why I was also losing my mind over these. Now, this does not happen very often in my life, especially when it comes to sneakers, but when I walked into the store and I saw these sitting on shelves, I knew immediately that this pair of Air Max 1s had to be in my collection, and they had to be in my collection right then and there. Now the reason why this shoe is not higher on my list has nothing to do with the way it looks, because this is a damn near perfect shoe. It is pretty much all white with your hits of gray, your nice off-color suede, and those hits of gold, which is not too overwhelming, but where it is in terms of the actual shoe right here on the eyelets and on the back, it brings the shoe together so perfectly. But the reason why it is not higher on my list is simply because there is no sentimental value to these shoes whatsoever. I literally just walked into the store, I saw them, and I was like, oh, you still got them. I'll take a size 11. Yeah, sweet, here's the money, here's the shoes, I'm on my way, I got home, I had them, I did not long for them. As soon as I saw them, I was able to get them, so that is why I have no sentimental value towards this shoe whatsoever, and that is exactly why they are going to remain at number 5. Moving right along to number 4, we have an xChaseMaccini 3, and I call these the undefeated colorway. I'm not 100% sure as to what the official colorway was, but just look at it. When you see those colors, what do you think of? The undefeated Air Jordan 4s. A shoe that I will never have in my collection, but this shoe right here I could have easily acquired, which I kind of did, kind of physically holding it here. Yeah, I definitely got them. Yeah, they're definitely in my hands right now. But anyways, my wife and I took a trip to Melbourne to go to UFC 194. Yes, it was the pay-per-view that Ronda Rousey got her head completely kicked off of her shoulders. We did a little bit of shopping because, you know, UFC 194 is only one day and we were there for like 5. So we did a little bit of shopping, like I said. I walked into a glue store and I saw these sitting there, but I knew I did not have the funds to actually acquire them at the time. I saw the colorway and I knew that at that time as well that xChaseMaccini 3s were really flying off shelves regardless of the colorway. People were going crazy for this particular model right here, so I thought at the time, because I did not have the funds to acquire it, that it was just going to be a case of window shopping. But come around my birthday, my wife hands me a box that's nice and wrapped up. It's in the shape of a shoebox, so I'm sitting here thinking to myself like, yo, there's a shoe inside of here, maybe even 2, maybe even a pair of shoes, not even just one. Maybe she bought me 2 shoes. I mean, 1 pair, but 2 shoes, 1 left and 1 right. So I'm sitting there, I'm opening it up, and what comes out of that box? The pair of shoes that I saw the month before. She was able to get them off of hypedc.com.au. I'm not really 100%, I didn't really even ask her. I'm just assuming right now, like, I should probably just ask her. Give me a sec. Hey babe.
Yeah.
Where did you get those Asics from for my birthday?
Oh, let me Hype.
Hype?
Yeah.
Alright, sweet, thanks. She got them online at hypedc.com.au, and I am extremely happy. The reason why they are at number 4 is because simply I do not wear them enough. I just love them. I love looking at them. I have not worn them that much, and to be totally honest with you, these are among some of the most comfortable shoes in my entire collection. But it's also one of those shoes that I don't need to put on my feet to fully appreciate having. There's really not anything about this shoe that I do not like now that I'm looking at it. I'm actually looking at it right now trying to figure out one thing that I don't like about it. I think the the only thing that's a little bit weird to me, but it's because I'm almost 30 and I'm used to all of my shoes having it. There's no tongue on it. There's no tongue on any ASIC Gel Light 3, and that's just kind of weird to me, but once you lace it up, you don't even notice it. So that is the one thing on this shoe that is a little bit strange to me, but everything else is perfect. From the way that the speckling on the midsole matches the olive-colored suede, all the way down to the subtle hits of orange, all in the right places. And on the heel right here, there's actually a little bit of 3M. You're probably not going to be able to see it on camera, but when there is a flash, it is extremely prominent. While I'm focusing my attention on the heel of the shoe, I am also noticing a subtle change in the color of the midsole. You have that nice flat black alongside that nice undefeated orange. And when it comes to paying attention to detail, I'm gonna let you guys know right now. Little touches like this make a shoe as iconic as this even doper. Is doper even a word? Like, is it? Alright, yep. Yeah, it's a word. It means drug addict. So, I think I'm going to redo that scene if you guys don't mind. Yeah, it makes a shoe as iconic as this even cooler. Anyways, moving right along to number 3, we have an Air Trainer 1. Now, I don't see a lot of people on YouTube talking about this particular shoe. I myself only have one pair in my collection, but as soon as you see these colors, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, of course you got that Air Trainer 1 in your collection. Like, you're the biggest advocate for that color on the internet. Well, maybe not the entire internet, but anyways, bam! It is the Air Trainer 1 in the infrared colorway, and there's no reason why I got this shoe other than the fact that it has that perfect infrared color on it. Another story about traveling with my wife to acquire a pair of shoes. I went all the way to Los Angeles to get these. I'm totally just kidding. I'm not kidding, but I didn't go to Los Angeles to get these. I went to Los Angeles so I could go to Santa Clara, so we could go to WrestleMania 31 and meet up with a friend of mine who I had purchased these off of like 6 months in advance, and we figured I'm gonna save on shipping and just see you in 6 months in LA, and you can bring me the shoes there. I waited so long to the point where I actually forgot that I had bought these shoes off of him, and when I saw him, and he was just like, here man, have your shoe. I was like, oh, what, dude, I totally forgot that I bought these off of you. Yeah, no, like, I'm super happy to have these in my collection, but I'm gonna be totally honest, I completely forgot that I had bought them. But one thing that I know for sure is that I definitely do not regret buying them. I wear these shoes quite often, believe it or not. They don't look like they're that beat up. I choose my times to wear them, so I know they're not going to get dirty. This is such a dope looking shoe. You have that obvious... It's so hard for me to not just jump into a review of a shoe while I'm holding a shoe in my hands. It's just instinct to just start reviewing a shoe, and this video is not about reviewing shoes. Just stop. Just gotta get that real quick. Let's put it back on. Nothing happened. This is such a dope looking shoe. You have that Air Trainer 1 silhouette with that nice Velcro strap here. You guys know where Kanye West got the actual Velcro strap inspiration from? I'm like 95% positive it's this shoe right here. I could be completely wrong, and you guys are absolutely going to correct me in the comment section if I am wrong. You got some people in that comment section waiting for me to mess up on my words, man, and I cannot wait to read those comments. But anyways, the obvious reason why I like this shoe is obviously the infrared color. I am a complete sucker for the infrared color, but we are not going to dwell too much on that. But these shoes right here are not the best as far as comfort goes, but as far as look goes, I'm going to say right now, these are exactly where they need to be in my top 5 at number 3. Moving right along, where is number 2? Okay, I've got to go find it. Alright, I found it. Moving right along, like I said, at number 2, we have the Air Tech Challenge 2 in the Hot Lava colorway. This shoe is another reason why I love it. It's filthy, man. Oh my god, this shoe is dirty. But anyways, the reason why I like this shoe so much is obviously it is just a classic looking shoe. It brings me back to those moments where I used to see people when I was in middle school wearing shoes like these, and they would always catch my attention, and I could never get my hands on them because I didn't have a job. I was 12. What am I gonna do? Just admire it from the playground and just wish that I had them, but now I have them in my hands. And when these retroed in like 2013, I actually had my hands on like 5 pairs. The majority of them were for assists. I actually managed to sell the majority of them off, but I managed to keep 1 pair for myself. Now this shoe right here is a classic silhouette. Notice that I said classic there about 4 times, and the reason why I said that is you notice that midsole, you see it right there. If you are under the age of like 24, you're probably looking at it and being like, yo, that's the Yeezy 2. But if you're about my age, you're looking at that right now and you're thinking Andre Agassi. You are thinking US Open. You are thinking that this is the one shoe that made basketball fans turn their heads and say, yo, I think I want to take up tennis. Now don't kill me in the comment sections, there's nothing wrong with tennis. I never said there was anything wrong with tennis. You get the drift of what I'm trying to say here. Looking at the shoe, you have that iconic midsole. Even Kanye West knows that this midsole right here is absolutely iconic. Those nice, extremely fluorescent, hot pink, hot lava, whatever you want to call it, colors, all over the actual mudguard and the Nike swoosh. Not to mention the fact that the actual gray on the midsole is a perfect gray. We all know that the 2012 retro of the white cement fours should have been this gray and not that extremely way too dark gray that they used. But unfortunately, that's what we were stuck with, and I bought a pair anyway, and you probably bought a pair anyway as well. Because that's how we work as consumers, and this shoe right here falls in at number 2. I wear this shoe a lot. It is filthy. I need to clean it. Maybe I'll make a video on cleaning it. Maybe I won't. But anyways, I'm not going to waste any more of your time showing you guys an AirTech Challenge 2 in front of the camera right here. You guys get enough of it. We're going to move on to number 1, but before we do that, we're going to name some honorable mentions because it was very hard choosing just 5, so we're going to jump straight into some honorable mentions. I just spun around for no reason. Let's get going. The Roshi Run in the Iguana colorway. The Roshi Run in the original colorway. The Timberland Classic Boot in the premium brown colorway. And the AirTech Challenge 2 in the clay blue colorway. What a dope looking shoe. Alright, are you ready? Are you guys ready? Razor, you ready? You guys already know what it is. Razor, you guys, you all know what it is. Especially Razor. Sees it every single day. It is the Air Max 90 Infrared, boy. You guys knew that this was gonna be number 1. This is my all-time favorite shoe. There is no script needed for this. I can talk about this shoe from day to night, every single day, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. There is not one bad thing about this shoe except for one thing. So yeah, there's not one bad thing about the shoe except for one thing, and that is the most recent retro. Nike, what are you guys doing? Got the most recent retro right here. I mean, I bought it anyway, so like I'm gonna complain, but bought it anyway. So the one thing that you guys did wrong on the most recent retro, and that's the reason why I'm not showing this shoe, is the tongue liner. What are you guys doing? The tongue liner is meant to be infrared. Why didn't you make it infrared? With that being said, go over there. We're sticking to the 2010 pair of Air Max 90 Infrareds. There is not one bad thing about this shoe. You can wear it with literally anything. There's not an outfit that this won't go with. You can wear this to your wedding, wear a tux, put these on. People are, whoa, look at that guy's shoes. He's wearing a tux and it doesn't even make any sense, but it works because this shoe can be worn with anything. And no, I am not going to give you guys an example because my wardrobe is not that vast. But anyways, what I love the most about this shoe, I know it's a cop-out and I know it seems like a really anticlimactic end to this video. It's everything, and that's why it's number 1. It's not even number 0. This is my all-time favorite shoe right here. The midsole on the Air Max 90 is so classic. I wear these shoes. I literally just wore these shoes today. I took them off, put a Rejuvenator shoe tree inside of it to get that nice, beautiful Air Max 90 shape, put it down on my shelf and said, "You're number 1 today. You're number 1 today." It never tells me that I'm number 1 though. This is really a one-sided relationship between me and this shoe. I tell you you're number 1 all the time. I never get anything back from you. You don't even notice when I get my hair cut. What? But anyways, back to what I was saying. In my opinion, there is not one bad feature on this shoe. From the mesh all the way down to the panels. And I don't even care that this isn't a real suede. It's more like a felt material. And the reason why I don't care is because when I clean the shoe, and I clean it quite a bit, I don't have to worry about ruining this material right here because it's not real suede. And I know that there's a lot of people that will complain about that stuff, but when you clean shoes as often as I do, you love little touches like this. But I do understand that it's not everyone's cup of tea. I'm standing on 1 foot right now. Oh! When did this happen? I scraped the leather. No! No, can you see it? You see the scrapes right there? All right here. Oh, I must have done that today. Oh no! I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. What? Anyways, Air Max 90 Infrared 2010 release, #1 shoe. Air Max 90 Infrared OG release from 2012, perfect release. Air Max 90 Infrared from 2008, perfect. 2005, perfect. The only one that's not perfect is the most recent, like I said. The infrared on the actual shoe is in all the right places. It's not overdone at all, and that's one thing that I can truly appreciate, because I can tell you right now, if there was one extra hit of infrared anywhere on this shoe, it would have been complete overkill. But since we're actually talking about the infrared hits on the actual shoe, my favorite infrared hit is on the midsole. It is such a flat looking color infrared. I have tried to mix that color so many times myself in the past, and it is borderline impossible. Even the Angelus 2014 infrared mix is not a perfect match, but it's definitely the closest match that I have been able to find, including the ones that I've tried to mix myself. And one more thing about this shoe that I love more than anything is that you do not need to keep it clean in order for it to be heat. I have seen Air Max 90 infrareds that have been run completely into the ground that look just as fire as a pair that looks this clean. So that is why the Air Max 90 infrared falls in at #1 on my top 5 list of non-Air Jordan shoes in my collection, because it does not matter if you run this shoe through the wash or if you run it through the mud. No matter what, it is going to look incredibly good. So with that being said, I'm going to close out this video. Thank you guys so much once again for tuning into my channel, and if you want, you can follow me on social media. I'm like 100 followers away from 10K on Instagram, which is pretty exciting. I might do a giveaway, maybe another Reshoevn8r giveaway, because I still got a lot of this stuff that I know that I'm not necessarily going to use. Maybe someone else can find it useful. So if I can get to 10K on Instagram, there may or may not be another Reshoevn8r giveaway. I really got to see how I'm feeling. So with all that being said, be sure to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Thank you guys so much once again for tuning into my channel, and as always, have yourself a good day. Peace, guys.